What's up, everybody? Excited to be here today. I've been really enjoying these Friday calls. It's kind of cool how in the beginning I have to just keep talking, and then I always forget, and somebody joins, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's the whole point, to talk to people directly. I do apologize because sometimes when people ask questions in the chat, I won't always get to it in the calls, and that's usually because, right now it's fine, nobody else is here. I can look at the chat, but my preference is to interact with the people who actually join the calls, okay? One of the reasons I'm doing these live streams is not so I can make really popular YouTube videos or anything. Really what I'm trying to do is identify the people who are in my audience or in my network and develop closer relationships with these people. That's why I really want to meet kind of one-on-one. It's why I do a lot of free recorded calls for people. I really value being able to interact with people from all over the world, from a whole bunch of different cultures, whether it's about dropshipping information or other things, or has nothing to do with earning money online. Honestly, I'm happy to talk to anybody that is willing to show their face on a live stream. That is a kind of a nerve-wracking thing to do. And so I think it's a really interesting filter because literally anybody can go into the description of this video and just join this call. It's completely open, right? I don't have to know you. I don't have to have ever talked to you before. You can join and I'll try and get to know you and talk to you and ask you questions and that kind of thing, right? So I really enjoy when there's 3 or 4 other people, and then I can ask one, get them a chance to talk to someone else. And if you're another YouTuber and you want to just talk about your YouTube channel or something, you're welcome to just join. Literally anybody can join, okay? And if you want to, again, look in the description. There's a Zoom link. You click on that link, it'll open up a new window in Zoom, and you will now be part of this video that you're seeing. Except instead of just my face, there's also going to be someone else's face, right? What's up, Akraf? Hey, so since I haven't started on a rant yet, I can answer your question. 1 second. Just received an email from PayPal being freezed for possible infringement of intellectual properties. I'm a dropshipper. How can I handle that? It depends on the kind of violation. So you definitely got to call PayPal. Just ask them to explain exactly what the situation is. You can probably get it resolved. What that typically means is that one specific person reported you and they are the rights owner. This is more common if you're selling on Amazon. I actually know somebody who got sued for that and they had to settle it. But that's worst case scenario. Sometimes it's just a violation. You just prove hey, just work with PayPal, see what they want, see what they need from you. Try and contact the person who filed the claim and do your research online. There's a lot of information now on different forums and that kind of thing. But let me know, because honestly, without more information, I can't really help. It depends. I don't what kind of freeze did PayPal say it's permanent? Do you need to supply some kind of information? There's a lot more information that we'd need there. Okay, so I want to talk about one thing real quick. Well, not real quick. I have these catchphrases I say real quick when I'm just about to talk about something for 10 minutes. It's not really quick, is it? But I recently went through an emotional event, okay? I made a YouTube video, a 14-minute YouTube video, and this one YouTube video earned me $1,370, right? I was super happy about that. Super happy, because I was like, whoa, this is great. This is good money, and it's from such little time spent. I can figure out ways to do this more and scale it up, right? And then I had to take that YouTube video down. Because I got an email from Skillshare and they had a problem with something specific in the video. And I'm talking about this because I got really emotional and sad, and I felt like a failure, and I lost my momentum, and I felt like it was the end of the world. And I went through this whole 5-day ordeal of just not feeling very good and just feeling frustrated. And what's so funny about it is that this is a huge opportunity. And I was just looking at it the wrong way, just thinking about it the wrong way. And I think it's a good opportunity to talk about this because as an entrepreneur and as a self-employed person, one of your abilities has to be to handle situations like this. And you have to be able to view everything as an opportunity to learn something or an opportunity to make money, right? And in this case, at first I thought like, oh, I can't do this. I just lost all my referrals. I can't work on Skillshare again. I can't do anything else. But that's not true. The reality is that there is just some specific things that I need to fix, and I can remake the video. And I can actually work with Skillshare to make sure that I have their blessing before I even publish the video. And that is huge, because in all of my YouTube work, like I've done like 800 something videos about eBay, right? Never once has an eBay rep contacted me about anything, despite the fact that there's like videos with information about how to make stealth accounts and all sorts of stuff. Like stuff eBay, like probably it's in their best interests to try and have them taken down or something, you know, but eBay as a company doesn't really pay that much attention. It's notoriously got bad public relations. And that's kind of evident as a YouTuber and not ever having any kind of interaction from that, right? And like, obviously, most of the videos don't get that much attention, but there's some videos concerning eBay that have like 60, 70,000 views, you know? And like to never have been reached out at all, even if it's to get in trouble, it kind of shows how eBay kind of operates, right? It's kind of blind in some ways because it's so big. So that's its problem, essentially. But I got a bit sidetracked there. What I was trying to say is that I wasn't expecting Skillshare would actually watch or pay any attention to what I was doing on YouTube. So the fact that they actually watched a video and reached out to me, and they gave me an opportunity to remove it and fix it. They didn't, like, they could have just given me a strike on my account and told me to take it down, but they didn't do that. They just told me, hey, we don't really feel comfortable with this video because of this specific thing. And then I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I took it down. I'm going to work with you and remake it. And then I want to make sure that all my other videos are okay. Could you check them out if you get a chance? Here all they are. And they worked with me. Like, granted, they just looked at the titles of the other videos. They didn't actually watch them. But still, like, to actually be able to communicate with them is a big opportunity on my part. Because one of the reasons that I'm into Skillshare in the first place is because of the inherent stability. I'm trying to get away from all of my income being from just drop shipping, right? I would much rather, like, some of my income is from drop shipping information. And let me clarify, I don't drop ship anymore. I'm just saying my income from drop shipping information. Because, for example, when eBay made that policy change, I lost like 80% of my income from the course because people just aren't as interested in drop shipping at the moment because of the recent policy changes and because of the current circumstance. It's not dead or anything. It's just in a low point of its fluctuation. Something's going to happen in the future that makes it more accessible at some point. That's just how it works, right? But my point is that I don't want all my chickens, all my eggs in one basket. And by having everything, all my income rely on drop shipping as the subject matter, that means that it's very prone to these fluctuations when interest in drop shipping declines. So I've been working to establish lots of different income streams and a variety of different income, mostly using YouTube and teaching platforms. And so that's where Skillshare comes in. And one of the reasons I felt really happy about this video is because it had absolutely nothing to do with dropshipping. And it is the first thing that I've really done since having like dropshipping courses and that kind of thing that was earning me really, really good money. So that was super, super exciting. And I just was premature in how I handled it because, yeah, the video got taken down, but that shows me there is a very real opportunity for one specific video encouraging people to use Skillshare. I just have to figure out how to make it in a way that works for Skillshare. And I'm used to how eBay is, which means it's impossible to communicate with them, basically. You can only communicate with them when something goes wrong, then you can try and get it fixed. But, like, you can't go to eBay and be like, hey, I think this may happen. Could you work with me so we can try and prevent it? That doesn't really work so well with eBay because it's just too big and reps say different things, right? And of course, reps will say different things with Skillshare as well. But for me, it's very comforting knowing that I can make a video and have a Skillshare rep review it before I even publish it. This means that I can just keep doing it until they're happy with it, and then I don't have to worry about them finding out about the video and having a problem with it because I included them in part of the creation process, right? That isn't possible with most other platforms. They're not able to be included in the creation process, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at, is that at first this thing happened, it took away a really profitable video, and I felt like devastated. I felt like I was a failure. I felt bad about it, right? But in reality, this is a big opportunity. Yeah, I had to take the video down, but I can remake it. I can make a better video. I can figure out why that video worked and make it even better, right? That's the mentality that's necessary in life, is to understand that, okay, things happen, and you're going to go through things. You're going to be really emotional. You're going to want to give up. You're going to feel like nothing works. You're going to feel like, oh, I always try and do this, and I do it over and over again, and nothing happens. And you're going to feel that way. But you just have to ask yourself, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I be better? How could I earn money from this? Just ask every time you feel emotional about something. You have to understand that your emotional state, those feelings of failure, those feelings of criticism, all of that, it hurts you. It doesn't push you or incentivize you to earn money. It puts you in a position where your mind is clouded. You become dumb, naive, ignorant of the opportunity that is right in front of you. Because that's the trick here. Opportunity is constantly all around us. Every single one of us is surrounded by opportunities presented by the internet. We live in an age where the internet is brand new, and the vast majority of humanity hasn't fully really incorporated the internet into their lives to enable them to do whatever they want. But the reality is, every single person on this planet can just step outside of their problems and into a completely new life where they have most of the things that they need, and scarcity isn't a problem anymore because of the internet. The problem is you have to be able to change your mentality so that you can see that this is true. Because most of us, myself included, I used to be this way, most people I know are this way, are very paranoid and are very untrusting. We think that everybody is out there trying to fuck us over, or they're just not telling us the whole story. It's not actually that easy. You can't actually earn money online. You have to lie, or you have, these are convenient thoughts, okay? The reality is you can change your life with the internet. If you haven't, that doesn't mean that it's impossible. That doesn't mean that it can't be done. All that means is that you just haven't done it yet. But if you think, oh, I'm not smart enough to do that, or I'm not ambitious enough, or oh, I'm not like you, or any of these thoughts, you are shitting yourself. You are human. You are alive. You have an internet connection. All you have to do is start thinking this way. You have to start really being aware of your thought patterns and understand that thoughts of doubt, thoughts of paranoia, these keep you the way that you are. And they keep you in the box that you're in. They keep you in the lifestyle that you're in. The fear of failure, all of these things keep you stuck. And all that you have to do to get to a point where you live a life where you are doing whatever it is that you want is change the way that you think. And this is quite an inconvenient truth, because we are all our biggest obstacle. You are surrounded by opportunity. And if you think that that's not true, that means that you are blind to the opportunity in front of you. So you will either feel, okay, I don't agree, I'm not blind, there's no opportunities, Jack's dumb. Or you will feel, okay, maybe there are opportunities, but if I'm blind right now, how do I enable myself to see them, right? So if you're in the first way, whatever, you're stuck that way, maybe you'll think differently at some point. But again, your mentality keeps you where you are. If you want to live a different life, you want to be more successful, you want to have more money, whatever, you want to have more friends, whatever it is you want, if you aren't getting the things that you want, you have to change the way that you think. Because otherwise you will just keep living and not getting the things that you want. It all starts in your head. And that's a big struggle with me right now. I really want to help people. I really want to encourage people. I really want to provide people with valuable information. But the reality is that it's not about the information, because the information is right in front of all of us if we have a computer. We don't even have to really know where to look. You just have to believe that it's there, and then that allows you to find it. If you don't believe something exists, how can you find it, even if you don't know where it is? If you believe something exists, you can find it, even if you don't know where that information is. Again, it is all mentality. And that is so inconvenient to accept, that there is literally the way that you think is the thing that determines what happens in your life. If you let yourself harbor thoughts like, they're lying to me, they're not holding all the information, everybody's greedy, like these are observations, but they're not realities. It's really, really important that you identify when you have these negative thought patterns and understand that anytime you complain about anything, you are saying, I don't want to fix this problem. That is what a complaint means. If you complain about the conditions in your country, or something about your family, or you complain about access to information, or anything, you are directly saying, I don't want to fix my problems. A complaint is a decision to refuse to try and fix a problem. And if you can understand that and start thinking and noticing, okay, every time I complain about something, okay, what if instead of complaining, what am I complaining about? Why does that bother me? What can I do to try and fix it? You don't even have to start fixing it, honestly. Again, everything's about thinking. So all you really have to do is start to notice when you're having these negative thought patterns, because if you change what's in your head, you change the way you think, then your lifestyle follows through. Maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes 4 years, it takes time, but once you've paid off that time, you've made those changes, you forget about it because your life changes. And you're not the problem anymore. You can fix things. You can be there. Hey, how you doing, B? I don't know if you can hear or see me. Oh, he's gone. Maybe he'll be back. No, it's crashing. I'm sorry. Okay, and then let's more drop. It's funny, whenever I start any of these calls, the first couple of questions are just like a bunch of like drop shipping questions. But most people don't watch them until after. So, Anike says, is eBay drop shipping possible from India? Yeah, technically. It's possible anywhere. Akref says, they said your PayPal account has been limited until you provide some additional information. Okay, so yeah, you got to call them and see what they say. Provide the additional information. Benny asks, does dropshipping still working these days? So dropshipping changes. Sorry, I get tired of saying the same things over and over and over and over again, so I apologize if I come off as impatient. But asking if dropshipping is dead or alive is like, or if it's possible, is like asking, is it possible that it will rain? Like, absolutely. Maybe it's raining less because it's the dry season, but of course it's going to rain. It's not going to go away. Dropshipping is just like that. Dropshipping is the act of ordering something to someone else's house and earning money from it. Okay, so maybe, yeah, the situation in eBay becomes harder for a certain period of time. Maybe it's banned completely and you have to completely try and be stealth, right, in order to do it. Either way, this is just one example of dropshipping. So to ask if dropshipping is still doable shows that you don't fully understand what dropshipping is and what it means, because dropshipping is always something that can be done to earn money. It's just the circumstances, the specific things that you have to do to earn money change. Like right now on eBay, which is what your question's geared towards, eBay made a policy change saying that they directly don't allow drop shipping from retailers like Walmart or Amazon, aka eBay's competition. This policy change hasn't changed whether you can earn money drop shipping or not. It's only changed how you have to do it. And this is true for everything. Even if eBay was outright no drop shipping in any way whatsoever ever, you can still profit off of it if you have the right information and you apply it properly. Like if you understand eBay's system and you create accounts that you can just recreate anytime you get flagged or whatever, you just figure it out and restart. It's completely possible. However, it does get increasingly complicated. And I do agree. I do think that right now, dropshipping on eBay is quite a complicated endeavor. Whereas when I was dropshipping, I was able to just openly talk to eBay about everything I was doing. I would call eBay. Once I had an Anchor store, I called them a couple times a week, and I'd be like, hey, this problem happened. What do I do? Oh, where do you get your items? I order them from Walmart. This is what happened. And they're like, okay, cool, do this. Like, I had tons of conversations with eBay reps where I very obviously talked about dropshipping. I didn't have to hide it or anything, right? And I got into it to a point where I had scaled, and then eBay made the change so that they don't like dropshipping anymore. And I would call reps and I'd be like, hey guys, I've been honest to you about this the whole time. This is what I'm doing, and I'm stuck in a yearly contract. I can't have 10 or 100,000 physical items. You agree that's not possible? I'm still dropshipping. Like, what do I do? And they would just be like, we don't know. Like, it wouldn't, that's just the unfortunate reality of it, right? You can't expect something to just be easy constantly. Anytime you make money doing anything, it's only going to last for a certain period of time before it stops or before it changes. And that's the nature of online income. It's the nature of life, to be honest. All right, so yeah, you don't have to apologize about the question. Don't worry. Like, I just get frustrated because I have answered it so many times to so many different people. But it's not like you've asked 100 times. This is your first time, so don't worry about it. Not directed at you, not personal at all. All right. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Yeah, I don't know. I make the webcam circular just because I like that. I don't know why. It's just a personal preference thing. Rectangles are generally better because you can see field of view. Like, and when I'm using a circle, if I'm using hand motions like this, that I use those. Tools I can show you real quick. There's two main ones that come to mind, two like really solid ones. Open a tab. We have Zik, Analytics, and TerraPeak. So if you're interested in eBay product research, both of these tools will give you a lot of valuable insight. Zik Analytics is a dropshipping tool, but I've shown it to physical eBay sellers and they find that it's just as useful to them because it's an analytic tool. Everything's running really slowly right now. I apologize. Okay, and Zik, let me just go back to the homepage. I don't know how much TerraPeak costs now. It used to be paid, but then eBay purchased it. Yeah, okay, so anybody in eBay in the US with a basic, premium, anchor, or enterprise store. So any store except a starter store, you get a TerraPeak subscription here. And a basic store is like 10 items or something like that, or 100 maybe. So most people who have a store on eBay would be able to get TerraPeak for free. So this is a good option for you to check out if you're selling in the US. You don't have to be US based. You just have to be selling on the eBay US marketplace, right? You can also use Zik Analytics. You can go to YouTube and search for Jack Pitman, Zik Analytics. I've done videos with the creator, Nahar, showing exactly how to use the tool. It's a really cool tool, and Nahar's a really cool guy. He's been really fun to make content with. He's got, like, cool mentality. He's very positive. All right, let me look at the live chat a bit more. Okay. Andrej says, Jack, how to figure out with the MC011 restriction when I'm outside the US and I need to ship invoices. Yeah, that's tricky. So, for those of you guys who don't know, the MC011 is a flag by eBay that requires that you verify a couple of things. So, if this happens to you, you're going to get a notification from eBay. You won't be able to post any of your items. All your listings will get taken down, and you'll have to provide more information to them. They're going to ask for different things depending on the circumstance. Typically, they're going to want you to prove your inventory. All right? It's important that you understand what eBay thinks is legit drop shipping and what kind of drop shipping they don't like. Because they're basically trying to get you to prove that you're drop shipping legitimately. So you have to understand what is legitimate drop shipping from eBay's perspective, not from your perspective, because eBay is based or not, okay? What they're expecting from you is an invoice, and this is different than receipts, okay? You need to understand the difference between receipts and invoices, again, from eBay's perspective. In this situation, eBay thinks maybe, okay, if you're a legitimate dropshipper, you can prove your legitimacy to us, right? And a legitimate dropshipper, the way they work is they have an agreement with the supplier to send them addresses of customers, and the supplier ships items out. And then, usually once a month or something like this, the supplier bills the dropshipper. Okay? So they'll get a bill, an invoice, and it'll be like, yo, we fulfilled 93 of these items, 72 of these, 15 of these. This is how much it cost. This is when the bill's due. It changes depending on what the agreement is. Maybe that happens every week. Maybe it happens every month. Maybe you have to pay ahead of time. You have to show eBay something that shows multiple items being explained in a legitimate way, right? If you are just using Walmart or Amazon or AliExpress or something like this, you can't prove this to them unless you edit. They lose the case as soon as they have experience dealing with it before in order to deal with it effectively. And so that would mean that you either know somebody or you yourself have already lost your account, right? And in that case, once you've lost your account, you've got stealth options, but typically most people aren't going to engage in that. So it can be a nail in the coffin for a lot of people, definitely. There's services that you can use. There's people that you can talk to. Honestly, my best advice to you is to just talk to as many people who've dealt with it already as possible. Join Facebook groups and just ask. Honestly, MC011 is common enough. You could just go to Google and just Google eBay MC011, and you're going to find documents from people. You're going to find forum posts. You're going to find information, okay? So do a lot of research about MC011, maybe resolve MC011. There are services that you can pay to try and have them resolve them for you. Understand that some of them work, some of them are scams. So you have to be careful. Again, you want to identify people who've already fixed the problem in the past and work with them and figure out who they know, how they did it. Okay? That's my best advice to you. All right. Now let's see. What else? A good computer. Okay. All right, Jesse. Yeah, I can talk about my computer. Actually, that's funny that you ask because I have been really excited about this laptop. Like, I'm super, super, super satisfied with it. So basically, I've had two fancy laptops in my life, like business laptops, right? Both cost about $1,000. The first one I bought, I used for like 6 or 7 months, and then it failed on me, and I realized that I was paying for a lot of stuff I didn't really need. And then the second one I bought has been perfect, and it's been like 8 months now, and it's been like exactly what I need because I knew what I didn't need because of the first one. Okay, so let me now show you the models. The one that I really like is the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga. This is the laptop I'm using right now. And the main reason, so I bought mine used on eBay for like $950. I usually buy stuff used, especially because with laptops like this, because you can often get them used and they're still in warranty. So even though it's used, if something happens, you just ship it to the manufacturer and then they fix it. Like mine's in warranty until like 2020. So I still have like a year for it to break, even though I purchased it used and saved like $200 or $300 that way, right? The other thing is that one of the reasons I got this laptop is because I live in Nicaragua and it's really hot here. It's really humid. There's a lot of dust. There's a lot of things that are bad for laptops, right? And I also move around and travel a lot. So I did a lot of research to figure out, like, okay, what are some really durable models? What are some really durable brands that are known for lasting a long time and being really resilient? And so in order to figure out what those brands and models were, I looked at what industries use. So what the militaries use, what like they use in the space stations, astronauts, these kind of really high stress situations where you really need something reliable, right? And so Lenovo ThinkPads are used in a lot of these situations. And they're not the only laptop. There's absolutely other durable laptops. But I've been really, really happy with mine personally. So it also does the foldy thing, and there's a little, like, one second. There is one of these things. Like, it's a tablet, so you can draw on the screen and stuff. And that's useful if you do any kind of digital stuff or you're trying to do any designing. But overall, I've been super, super, super happy with my ThinkPad. Hey, you're here, B. How's it going?
I'm using my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
I didn't know. I tried to get on using my laptop, but I don't know. Every time Windows does an update on my laptop, it doesn't work right. So for some reason, it wouldn't log in. But I thought, man, I need to get on here and talk to Jack. So lifestyle design, man, is what it's about, man. And I got my third vending machine placed in a library of all places 2 days ago. So
Nice.
I'm stoked about that. That makes 3 machines. I got one more that I'm getting ready, and I got it going in some kind of like farmers co-op or something like that, where the
Yeah, I
farmers
remember you
go
mentioned
in.
that last week.
So that'll be 2 co-ops, a library, and like a supply house that I'll have machines. And the people are asking, and I mean, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but people are asking about how much money I'm going to give to charity. And I've been trying, they're like, oh, well, where's the money going? Where's the money going? And that's the whole thing, is figuring out your pitch for doing the vending
Get the
stuff. You got to
locations.
have to get the locations, to make the people feel comfortable, whatever. But I'm just being honest with them. Like, look, I don't even know if I'm going to make a profit on this or not. I don't know if the machines are, I don't know if it's going to do enough to make some or whatever. But what I've been telling them is, if the machine ends up making money, then I'll let you have a percentage, and then they can give it to the charity that they want to.
Yeah.
If it ends up making money. And most of them have been pretty understanding, because for me, it's the way I do everything. I just do it, and then I learn from all the mistakes, and then I actually do it right the second, second half. So right now it's just about getting machines out there, talking to people. And the more I talk about it, the better my pitch gets, the more, get them to do something they don't want to do, or be disingenuous,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty stoked about the
Do
candy
you ever
machines.
watch Reyes the Entrepreneur?
I haven't yet. I wrote it down. I haven't looked at it yet, but I wrote it down the last time you mentioned it.
Yeah, he's in the vending machine game. That's like how his YouTube channel. Do you know about that? Have you seen that YouTube video?
No.
Okay, so get this, right? he made one YouTube video about one of his vending machines, and he's like new into it, not super new. Like he just got a soda machine, right? So that's a much bigger investment than just one of the gumball machines, right? But the video was when he had the gumball machines, and in the video he's like counting quarters, showing how much he earned in a month, and it was like $30 or something like that, right? Okay, so he has this business, he's earning $30, makes one YouTube video about it, and then that YouTube video gets millions of views in like the first like couple weeks. And so he was making like $500-$700 a day in the beginning from that video about a $30 in a month business, right? Like it's just insane.
That's the power of YouTube. I mean, you talk about it all the time, and how YouTube, and I got to get back on it. I got to start recording everything I do and just put it out there. And if it gets views, it gets views. I mean, I used to do it, but it's hard to stick to something when it's not making any money. But
yeah,
YouTube is such an opportunity because you can show, your journey, and then you can promote your products. You can do reviews and link to affiliate links, and it's just
all it takes is one or two videos.
Do what?
All it takes is one or two videos.
Yeah, I mean, and that's crazy that his little gumball experiment turned into a video that's probably got him most of his subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Like, and
there's another channel called All Things Gumball. I don't know if I mentioned it.
I've checked that channel out.
But that dude's pretty hilarious. I like watching his videos.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that there was this like vending as a scene. That's a thing. There's YouTube videos about it. It's a niche.
I found some recommended video, and it's like this 16-year-old kid. I'm not sure. I have to send you the name of the channel or something. But this kid is just off the charts, man. He's 16. He's doing vending machines. He's talking about eBay drop shipping from Amazon. Mm-hmm. He's got videos on how to flip iPhones on Marketplace and just all kind of stuff. At 16.
Jeez. Hey, Zachariah says hello.
What's up? But yeah, if I can get 10 vending machines making $50 a month, and clear $500 after I get the candy paid for and get just the system, the process down, I mean, it's pretty passive income. Go in there and change the machine out, clean it, fill the candy up, and it's a done deal. But everything's a slow process, man. Everything is such a slow process. I mean, it took me 4 years to build my eBay store up to where I felt comfortable quitting my job. The candy thing, I've been saying I was going to get it really going for probably 6 months now, and I'm just now getting to my third and fourth machine. Amazon FBA, I've been doing it for about 3 or 4 years, and I'm slowly building it up. But it's just the fact that none of them are completely guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody talks about, you need, some people talk about you need to focus on one thing and do that really, really well. I'm scared to do that because if that one thing, if they drop you or ban you or whatever, then you're in a bad situation. But I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things and figure out which ones work best, and then narrow it down to probably 3 or 4 things. So
it's definitely a balance. I think when people say you have to focus on that, they're talking about like, it's important to, while you're learning, to focus on what you're currently doing and not get distracted by other things. But when it comes to establishing stability, the only way to have true stability is to have a lot of different income streams. So, like, yeah, it's great to think that, you could do one thing and then earn so much money from it that you can save up that money and then you don't need to work again. But, like, that is a really unlikely reality. The chance of that actually happening is super unlikely. It's way more likely that you can establish a bunch of things that get you a little bit of money than it is that you can just get rich off of one thing, right? Like, that happens, but for most people, that's not going to be attainable, you know? So it's a balance about exposing yourself to things and trying things, but also not putting all your eggs in one basket.
And it takes patience, man. If you don't have patience, I mean, and if you're not willing to go look for the answers and find the answers yourself, you might as well forget it, because you're not gonna. I mean, you can look for help and try to get help, but in reality, the only person that can do it is you. I mean, there's nobody else that's going to do it for you. I mean, it's just crazy to me, because I do this and I do it full time, and I've been getting the bills paid for 2 years. I mean, I'm not comfortable yet, uh, but people ask me how I do it and this and that, and talk about it. And I see people working regular jobs and they're miserable. I mean, most of the people, I mean, I don't know, 80, 90% of the people I know do not enjoy their job, and they live for the weekend. And it's just, now that I'm out of that, I see it so much and it just hurts me. But
Yeah.
even that, I try to tell them, start an eBay store, or, oh, I don't have time. What? Mercari is super fast. Start selling stuff on Mercari. Oh, I don't know nothing. I don't know how to do all that. And, so people complain about not having money, but like, most people don't want to go and get it. They don't want to do any of the work. I have people all the time. They try to bring me stuff. Oh, sell this for me, or I got you this, that, and the other stuff to sell. And I'm like, man, you can do it yourself, because
You could do it yourself and earn more money.
yeah, I mean, by the time I list it and spend my time, it's not going to be worth it for me or you, because you're not going to get any money from it. But it's definitely takes patience, and you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's if for those of you guys listening, so what Ben's talking about would be, sorry, it's again a mentality thing. Like, for example, say that you want to learn about drop shipping and you have a problem. You go ask people, hey, this is my problem. And then you stop. And in your head, you're like, oh, I'm waiting for them to tell me what to do. I'm waiting. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for them to respond. I'm waiting for him to tell me. I'm waiting, right? That mentality indicates that it's probably not going to work. The mentality, if you feel that you identify with that you are this way, you have to look at what you're doing and how you're thinking. And instead of waiting for somebody to respond, send messages to other people. Go to Google, find other places, keep looking yourself. That's the difference between somebody who will find a solution and somebody who won't. The person who will find the solution just keeps moving. They're not any smarter. They're not any stronger or better. They just try again.
You're right. I mean, it's every time somebody says something about, oh, I need some extra money or need some work or something, I try to put them on. I mean, Facebook Marketplace is about as easy as it gets. I mean, it's like Craigslist on steroids.
Yeah.
If you find one product, and I know I talked about this, I think last time but it's working, man. Like, I listened to this one, so I sold it, and then I got online and looked them up, and you can buy the exact same thing. You have to put it together. But I bought two more, and I've already sold another one on Marketplace, and this one's brand new, so I'm getting like $80 for it. Listing at 80 and settling at maybe 65, something like that, but only paying $30 for it, and it's brand new. So I've already sold two of them, and I got 10 more ordered. I messaged the guy on eBay, the seller, and asked him if he would do me a discount for buying more, and he cut me 5% off of an order of 8. So getting them for a little cheaper and put them together and put them on Facebook Marketplace.
That's
and
cool.
Sell
you basically get paid to build them.
Yeah, and all it takes is about 10 minutes to put the little tubes on, some kind of horn or something for a vehicle. But
man, anytime there's some inconvenience, you can earn money from that. Like, you're like, oh, I'll just do it. I'll do it for you. You pay me a bit more. I'll sell it for you, except I get half the money.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what, when people ask me, and I know people ask you all the time, where do I get my items, or what can I sell, or what's a good, category to be in, or whatever. really all you gotta do is look around. I mean, look around your house and figure out when's the last time you had to have something repaired. Oh, the washing machine. Okay, well, you can do washing machine parts, you can do dryer parts, you can do stuff for water heaters, you can do kitchen. I mean, the
Anything that
categories are
breaks.
just, yeah, but you got to figure out a way to get in there and get the parts that people are continuously needing. I mean, if you can figure out, like, if I was a car person, if I worked on cars, or if I knew somebody who knew a lot about cars, I'd be like, okay, this Ford F-150. Okay, what's the most common problem? Which part is going to go bad first? And then once you figure out that, then you figure out how to get the supply. Then you get it listed, and then you just grow it from there. But I mean, you can do that with anything. So I mean, I see people struggling all the time about what do I sell, what do I sell. But that's just the way I look at it. You got to find their customer first, or the
Yeah, if you can
demand
see the
first.
bigger picture or have the information, because if you know that, okay, this situation means there is demand, like if you identify like this is the most common car created or one of them, what is the most common car's most common problem, and then what parts are necessary to fix that, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
tell me, somebody in the chat asked, what's your experience and opinion to sell T-shirts, printing with Teespring or printing on other platforms to eBay? Do you have any experience with T-shirts?
Syncs right with eBay. So I have like probably 80 designs in one store and probably about 40 designs in the other ones. And they're not professional designs. They're straight from the mock-up generator on printful.com using their fonts and their stuff. And I've actually sold a few of them, and it's print on demand. So when they order it on eBay, eBay automatically sends the order to Printful, and then Printful starts the fulfillment process. And when it gets fulfilled, right before it ships, it uploads the tracking number straight to eBay and marks it shipped on there. And I mean, as far as print on demand, I like Printful, but that's the only thing I've used. So
Yeah, so you got options, in the T-shirt scene's interesting because it's something that like YouTubers benefit from, but also people who just they just sell T-shirts. Some people make it their whole career. Other people just use it on the side,
yeah.
So for those of you guys listening, there's something called print on demand, right? Which was what we were referencing here, and so that is actually a form of drop shipping. It's almost identical to drop shipping, except the product is being created after the order gets placed. So a print on demand product of a T-shirt means that you have communicated with some platform like Teespring or whatever, and you have a design, and somebody pays for it. You don't buy anything. You just have the designs up and everything. Somebody pays for it, then the product gets created, you get charged, and it ships. And then you get to keep the difference in how much your supplier charged you and how much you sold the item for. So it's an interesting opportunity because it's location independent, and that makes it quite appealing to a lot of people. And so for reference, you can find courses on Skillshare, actually, and some other places as well, that basically what they do is they do keyword and category research to identify trends. Like they'll use Google Trends and Google Alerts to identify what people are currently interested in. And then they create T-shirts with phrases relevant to these interests, right? Like it may be about like a certain team that's winning or is going to play in some big game, or maybe there's like some new movie coming out and there's like some phrase that's common in that movie. You have to be a bit careful so that you don't get in trouble for intellectual property violations. You can't copy and paste things. But words are much more flexible than images. So a lot of these T-shirts, it's about identifying like a phrase that people really relate to, and then you just connect the group of people that relates to it with the ability to purchase it from a print-on-demand service. And it's something that people overseas can do. It's something people in the U.S. can do. You can do it from anywhere. So it makes it a opportunity, but it's tricky. It's not something that you can just like, oh, I'm just going to put these designs up and people are going to buy them. Like, it's not that simple.
You gotta somehow drive traffic to it. I mean, and you can, if you start a Facebook group about a certain topic, I mean, you could start it about some kind of dog or something, and if you build the Facebook group up, uh, post a bunch of dog memes or dog info, whatever, and then somehow drop your eBay links or your Printful links or whatever in there. The only thing about the print on demand and Shopify and all that is getting the traffic to the listings. I mean, I don't know anybody who's succeeding on Shopify as far as drop shipping or, I mean, anything else, because you got to have that traffic. If you don't have the traffic, it's hard to sell.
Gotta, and that it's expensive to get traffic. So Shopify works well for people who already have some kind of established brand or like they're famous, because then it's like, they could just make a blog post and then 10,000 people go to the link, right?
I mean, that's why I'm doing the print on demand. I mean, I don't want to order 10 shirts, or 100 shirts of a design and then be stuck with them, because the only downfall of doing the print on demand is the shipping time's probably 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days before the order gets put in, and then it ends up getting fulfilled. But I mean, to do it, I mean, I don't have any money really invested in linking an eBay account with the Printful account. I mean, if I had a graphic designer that I could just spit out ideas and they could draw and send me back, the high quality file and image size to upload straight to Printful, and that would be ideal. But I've tried 2 guys, and one of them can't get the file type right, and the other one is too busy to do anything. I've actually made sketches, like just concepts, basically, because I can't draw, but I've made concepts and used Fiverr, which is a cheap way out to pay somebody on Fiverr. It ends up being like $7, and they redo my concept and put the colors I want, and then they send it back in the high quality file that uploads correctly to Printful. So, but if I was an artist, if I was able to use Photoshop and do stuff like that, you could build out an eBay store in no time and have it linked to Printful. I mean, if you were an artist and good at Photoshop, you could put out 100 listings in no time, because on Printful, it's got shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, coffee cups, beach towels, everything, toboggans, hats, caps,
Toboggans.
15 kind of different, there's like 20 different items you can put your design on. So to me, one design turns into 20 right off the top, because I can take that one little design and put it on a hat, and then I can put it on
tea mug,
a sweatshirt. I've sold 5 or 6 coffee mugs on there. They got one that when you put water in it and it's hot, it goes from white to black or something.
That's cool. Yeah,
like
I've seen those.
Magic coffee mug. So, I mean, the Printful's more than just T-shirts. Check it out, and I've had a little bit of success with it, but I haven't put much time into it. So,
yeah, I've at least you've sold something, because I have a Teespring link on my YouTube channel, but I just kind of created really quick draft products. I never really took a lot of time into designing something. So I've never gotten a sale. Like, people look at it sometimes, but I was actually working with one of my friends here. So he would draw things, and then I would make digital versions of them and put them on T-shirts. But he works all the time. And this is it relates to what we were talking about earlier, because he wants to have a different life. But his mind's really clouded, because 1, he has a son, and 2, he works 60 hours a week, and he's in a relationship. So because of these 3 factors, basically he could just keep giving me designs, and we would improve and ultimately figure it out. But he stopped giving me the designs because, again, he doesn't have any time, and his mind is clouded, so he doesn't view it as something that can work because it didn't sell immediately. And it's just kind of sad, because I really want to help, and I know that I can help, but if he's doesn't view it that way, there's not really anything that I can do, you know? And I don't know
Right.
how do you get somebody to change how they view something, you know? I don't know if you can. Only they can do that.
Most people really don't believe it's possible to make that kind of easy money. I mean, but the thing is, most people don't have the patience to see it through. You know, I mean, I'm not an artist. I can't use Photoshop. I mean, I can do basic stuff, and I do it myself, and I put it up, and it is what it is. But anytime I'm out or around friends and I hear somebody talking or they're doing this, and he says he draws some art or sells some shirts, I'm like, hey man, you draw? You know, if you want to draw, because all I need is somebody to just pump out a bunch of designs that I don't have to pay $7 a piece for.
Yeah.
You know, you basically want to. I mean, if I had like a partner, an artist partner that was like, look, we're just going to put it all up there, all up front. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But
Yeah, and then you have some kind of split.
yeah,
Well,
I
maybe
mean, but
if you share some contact information, maybe somebody watches this, and at this moment they're thinking, "I do art. I'm an artsy person. I'll help you." Maybe.
yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, it's
But so say that person is listening right now, and they're like, "Whoa," they want to reach out to you. How do they get in touch with you?
uh, I don't know what the best way to get in touch with me is, other than I don't know.
They can join the
Uh,
call.
yeah, join the call, join the Discord group. Uh, I mean, I've got a YouTube channel. I mean, I don't really my Facebook. I mean, they don't want to see my Facebook, and I really don't do. I don't do much. I've pretty much quit social media. I mean, other than
Probably
the
good for
stuff.
your mental health.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to stay off social media unless it's making me money somehow. So I do use Facebook. I don't post much on Facebook. Um, but anyway, I'll check the comments. If they want to get a hold of me, I'll get a hold of them. They can leave a comment in this video.
Yeah, I gotta do a better job. No, I want to do a better job about because these live streams happen and then they get posted as videos automatically. But I have to go through and like change the titles to kind of reflect what was talked about in the live stream, because otherwise people have absolutely no idea. And so of course the video doesn't really get watched if nobody knows what's in it, right? But I haven't been very diligent about that, and now there's like 12 of them. So I need to go through and just be like, all right, this is this.
Yeah,
I think I've
it is.
settled on a name for the meetings, which is Work Smart, Not Hard Live, I think. But maybe I'll change that in a month. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, everything is always changing. I mean, that's the thing is, uh, I try to focus on one thing, but there's so much other stuff always going on. It's really hard to zone in, and if you don't zone in and do like focused work for 2 or 3 hours on something, it's hard to get anything done. So I mean, I have to either stay up late or get up early. And I got a call coming in. Did it end the live? No.
No, you just your video disappeared for a second.
Okay. But anyway, what were we talking about? Sorry about that.
Well, I blanked too now. Actually, I've in my head I think we finished that whatever tangent we were on. I
But
was
yeah, I
looking
mean,
at
to
the
me, man,
comments.
to me, it's all about lifestyle design. Like right before I found you on YouTube, I read. Well, I didn't read because I don't read books, but I listened to Audible.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I don't know if you're an Amazon affiliate or not, but man, you need to be an Amazon affiliate and start posting links to Audible because you get a sign up bonus
Yeah,
on
it's $15 per free trial sign up
And
for
if you do
Audible.
book, I mean, you can review books or even mention a book,
Yeah.
and then put it in your link. But I use Audible all the time. Like I've got a set of headphones that look pretty goofy, but I wear them headphones and listen to Audible. And right before I found your channel, I listened to Tim Ferriss's The 4 Hour Work Week.
Yeah. I
And of
still
course,
haven't read that book. It's like What My Life Is, but I still have not read it. I really want to.
it's pretty good, man. I mean, he pretty much talks about how to basically delegate as everything in your whole life and get an income stream, and then live overseas like a king for cheap. So uh, it's all, to me, it's all about lifestyle design. I love the fact that you're in another country where you can, uh, live with minimal expenses. So I mean, it's pretty cool. But
Yeah. And it was definitely, so in the beginning it was hard because I didn't have close relationships with people, but now my relationships in Nicaragua are stronger than my relationships in the States. So when I went back to the States, like I had a lot of idealistic thoughts because I left the States and I left employment and became self-employed, and that started in Nicaragua. And then after like 9 months, I was like, I wanted to go back to the States. I felt like things would be different because I was self-employed, and I had a lot of romanticized notions about my life in the States. So I moved back, and ultimately I realized like I had more friends and better friends in Nicaragua, like people I really wanted to be like. In the U.S. I knew individuals in different places, but I didn't have a community. Whereas in Nicaragua, there was a community of people I could live with, and it's cheaper. And like in the U.S., I'm just some random person. I'm not like special, really. But in Nicaragua, like I earn a lot more money than most of the people I know in way less time, just because of my circumstance. And that's just working a little bit. And I'm able to really be a very positive influence on the people I live with. Because if something happens, like emotionally, I have all the free time. I can be there. If something happens financially and they need help or a loan, I can probably help. Like in the States, that's not true. I don't earn enough money to exist that way in the States. But here, like the friend I know that earns the most money has like college degree job, played all of her cards right, super studious. She was the valedictorian of her class, and she earns like $7,000 a year, and that's like good money for here. Right? And it's crazy because with the internet, you can really easily earn that much money. And it's just, it for me is really good for my development to be in this situation, because whenever something goes wrong, it's so hard to not be grateful. Like even with the Udemy course, for example, it was earning like $1,500, $1,600 a month, right? And then it crashed and the income dropped to $400, $500. And that's sad. But at the same time, that's as much money as my friends are earning, and they're going to work. They're giving somebody 8 hours of every day to get that. And even in its diminished state, I got that just from passive income. And like that is, it really makes it very hard for me to not be very grateful. Whereas in the US, if I had taken that hit, it might have jeopardized my ability to pay my rent or something like that. And it's just a completely different circumstance. Like here, it's just not even a problem. I don't have to worry about whether I will be able to go out and have lunch with my friends. And if I want to treat like 3 or 4 people to dinner, I couldn't do that every day, but I can totally do that. I don't have to worry about it. I'm still earning more money than I'm spending. And it's all because of just changing location and taking the time to work on a community and focus on people.
that's awesome, man. I mean, I'm trying to do it, and I'm trying to do it in the States, but it is tough. I mean, I moved in with my brother, so we split the rent,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to live as cheaply as possible and trying to save up money and different little stashes here and there, and just keep this online thing going, because now that I've been doing it and haven't set an alarm clock in like 2 years, uh, it's gonna be if I have to go back to a regular job, man,
Fuck.
super hard, man, to work for somebody else, and I don't want to trade my time for money. I mean, I come in here in my little eBay room and I just do like 4 hours, 5 hours of listing, whether it's eBay or Amazon or doing designs on Printful. I mean, I come in, it's like, we're going to do all this work, and then we're going to go forget about it and do something else. I'm going to go mow my parents' yard or pick my kids up from school, or uh, go play basketball sometimes, and
That part's important.
just to be able to
Putting it
pick
down
and
and doing
choose,
something else.
and to be able to pick and choose, when you do stuff. I mean, I can either do it in the morning or I can do it in the afternoon. I don't have to ask my boss, and it's just, man, I do not want to give up on it, because It's just too good, man. But I got to grow it. It's got to get bigger somehow, some
Yeah.
way. I'm not making enough money right now to be comfortable. Uh, I don't know how self-employed people do it and have insurance and have dental and have
Right.
all that stuff because I just, I mean, the job I worked before had good insurance, good dental, whatever, but all that goes away when you become self-employed. So
It costs $20 here to have a tooth extracted by an American dentist
wow,
without insurance.
yeah. If I have dental problems, I may have to come that way to get it done.
There's situations in the U.S. where healthcare is so expensive that the health insurance company will pay for a plane ticket to Thailand and pay for like a month or 2 weeks of hotel stay and pay for the operation, and it's still cheaper than getting the same operation in the U.S.
No, I
It's
believe
so
it.
fucked.
I believe it, and Tim Ferriss talks about that in that 4 Hour Work Week book. That he went and had some procedures done overseas that would have been, 10 times as much here in the States. But it's just all a learning process, man. I mean, I'm hoping to grow it bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it just be stable. And I want to build up my reserve money because having the reserve
Yeah,
money
helps a
there
lot.
would just,
You have
you
10,
know,
20, $30,000 saved up, then it's like, all right, if something were to happen, I'd have some time to figure some things out,
yeah, yeah. It's always
Comforting.
nice. Peace of mind is right. Yeah. But that's it. I don't know what other hustles. I went to a yard sale today and got some kind of Walt Disney plate.
Disney stuff. One of my friends
Yeah.
like sold his dad's Disney collection. Some of those items sell for like hundreds of dollars.
It's a pair of Harley boots. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah,
Like just transitioned into a haul video.
yeah. I wonder who used to wear those.
And some Harley boots.
Some like crazy biker.
Hell, my mama was having a yard sale, and I was over here this morning helping her get stuff out. Of course, I was picking it. I went through and looked, and it was some stuff that people had donated. I was, what do you got on these Harley boots? Oh, $10, but I'm going to take 5. And I looked them up, and they're like $60, $70 boots. I was like, I think I'll take these home with me, instead of selling them out here. I mean, I'll put them on probably Marketplace first, try to get rid of them local, and then if they don't sell there, I'll put them on Mercari. If they don't sell there, I'll put them on eBay. If they don't sell there, we'll put them back in the yard sale. But
Yeah.
Harley boots normally sell pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Marketplace because so I skateboard, right? And I live with people who skateboard as well. And
Yeah.
so we were at the skate park, and there was this kid like asking to use people's skateboards, right? And so I gave him my skateboard like 5 times. And then my friend Camilo was like, "Oh, you got to be really careful. They're gonna like steal it." And then I was watching. I was like, "Whatever. I'm just gonna pay attention." And then after like I gave him the board like 2 more times, and then I got tired of him asking for the board, so I was like, "No, I'm done." And then he asked for the board from Camila, the friend who warned me, and she gave it to him, and he fucking just stole it like straight away.
No.
Yeah. And so then we were like, oh, the board's gone. But okay, Camila's attractive girl and in skate park, and her board gets stolen. So of course, every dude in the skate park is around her and knows, right? So obviously somebody knew who the kid was. And then the board shows up on Facebook Marketplace like a week later.
No way.
And so she goes to the police, and they set up a sting, and it worked. They got the board back. I was like, holy shit.
That's crazy. They'd have been better off stealing your board, probably.
Yeah. Well, my board's painted, so like it's super obvious. Like most people don't paint the grip tape on their skateboards, but like I go to the skate park pretty regularly. So if it were to show up there and someone else had it, it's very identifiable. It's very obviously like a lot of people there know whose board it is. Whereas when you don't paint the grip tape, it becomes really easy to lose track of skateboards because to other people they look same, but mine's got like a bunch of yellow and color on it, so it's like it's super noticeable. But I was also nice to the kid, and I think that's why he didn't. Because there was a moment, basically like there's a lot of hardship here, right? So, like this was like a 7-year-old kid, and obviously like his parents or whoever he lives with or somebody like maybe he doesn't get fed if he doesn't come home with something he stole that they can sell, right? So in this case, like the kid stole it, but it's not. I mean, he's just a kid. Somebody is putting him up to that, right? But it was interesting because there was a moment where I had a coin, like a 5-cord coin, and so 30 cords is $1. So we're talking about like a quarter, basically, or like a dime. And I was gonna give it to the kid or his like brother or he was with some other guy, some older kid. Like so we were talking about like 7-year-old kid and like 12, 13-year-old kid. And so I asked them to pick a side, and then I flipped the coin. And the little kid won, but the older kid was greedy and grabbed it and like ran away. So then I gave the little kid like 10 cords. So I gave him like way more than the one who was greedy. And then I think in that moment, maybe that made him like me or something, because he had so many opportunities to steal my skateboard and he didn't. I have no idea why. Like no idea. He definitely could have. And then he just, as soon as Camila gave it to him, he ditched. So funny.
That's great. I don't know. That's weird, but you never know. I mean, around here, I mean, even in the States, I mean, they're not stealing out of hardship. They're just stealing just to be stealing. I mean, I think stuff goes, they steal trailers and motorcycles and all kind of stuff around here. But that's everywhere. I guess them kind of people are everywhere. But like you said, if it's a kid with a rough home life and he brings home something, I mean, you know, that is what it is. But
yeah.
At least she got her board back.
Yeah. It's surprising. The guy was angry too. He wanted like money from her.
This I don't know, just popped in my head. So I'm going through one of these there's a little local sandwich shop here in town. I get my meal and the girl sticks her head out and she's like, oh, you know, talking to me this and that. And I was like, oh, you know, it's the first time here, whatever, go give it a try. She was pitching me something about, oh, well, what do you think about it? We have one day a week where we have a $5 meal with just a sandwich and a drink or something like that. She was like, we got to figure out a way to get more people in here or whatever. So here I go, you know, right there in the drive-thru talking about, oh, you need to be doing Facebook Marketplace. You need to be create a Facebook page, create a YouTube channel, get on Instagram, start making, you know, you got to get on social media. She was sitting there just like, it was like blowing her mind, just the stuff I was talking about or whatever. So later on that afternoon, I'm thinking, man, I need to figure out what it takes to do Facebook marketing for people, like little small
social media consultant
businesses like mom and yeah. I mean, how do you do it? Like a little mom and pop shops that them old folks don't know how to use social media.
Yeah.
But they still want the business. And this little sandwich shop is super good, but their location's kind of crappy and their social media is pretty boring. So, I mean, they don't get any, you know, view. I was like, dude, I mean, I don't know how much you would charge somebody or how often you would have to do it. I mean, I don't know anything about really social media.
Go there and be like, hey, can I help you guys market? And then, I mean, even if you didn't charge at the first time, you would know how much to charge, you know, by doing it.
Well, that's what I was thinking about doing is being like, look, I'll make a post on your Facebook page, you know, one post a day to try to get views and get you more fans or followers, you know, however it is. But I don't know what to charge. But that's something that you could do 5 minutes a day, or you could plan their whole week out. And if you're getting a monthly, I mean, if they pay me $20 a week to do 5 Facebook posts, I mean, that'd be like $80 a month. And I could pretty much do most of it all up front. You know what I mean? And just schedule.
Yeah. You should
so
go
then
back
it becomes
there
pretty much just
with your phone, take some pictures, make some videos.
I took a picture of the sandwich I got, but I never did.
Nice.
But I mean, running Facebook ads is
I want
super
a
easy
sandwich
too,
now.
man.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you can advertise on Facebook super cheap. So it's just another income stream I'm thinking about. But yeah, we've been on here for about an hour. Well, I haven't, but you have.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out
And
now.
I got to get my eBay stuff packed up. I'm gonna try to get an Amazon shipment out today if I can get to the UPS place before 2:30. But anyway,
It's always a pleasure,
appreciate
man.
you hanging out.
Hope to see you next
Yeah,
week.
Jack. We'll do it.
Ciao.
Peace.
All right, everybody. Bye.